everyone? Welcome to another Game Vault Podcast stream. I'm your host, Mark. We're here with the News Hour, and if you are watching us live on Twitch, we had just finished doing a hasty glance for Outer Worlds 2. So that video should be up after this one. So a little bit, I'll probably put that up. No, they'll probably go up at the same time, so depending on when you see which order. But yeah, so we just got done with that. Yeah, hopefully everybody's week has been great. I didn't get much playing time in. I do have things to talk about, including the hasty glance that we just took. But yeah, this I took today to catch up on 2 movies. Just because they call this a movie Discord, which if you want to be a part of, if you like our movie podcast. We do have a Patreon there. Just go to patreon.com/TCTAMpod and sign up there for $1 and join the Discord and have things spoiled for you by Aquinos. Multiple Aquinos spoiling parts of the substance for me. So I watched the substance and weapons just so I was not spoiled anymore in that chat. So that was most of my weekend here outside of doing normal stuff. But I did play some video games. Before we get to that, as you can see, our Extra Life is 5 days away. We are starting streaming 8:30 a.m. Saturday, November 8th. I mentioned it like that just in case you were watching this after that and you would know to check the VOD on Twitch or check the... it'll probably be 2 videos. Well, 3, because Tom's going to have his own thing. But yeah, we're going to be doing 8:30 to 10:30. I'm going to be starting with something small. Maybe I'll do my test run for Master Sword Percent a couple times on there. Just get that all set up because one of these Saturdays is going to be me setting my mark to put on speedrun.com. So yeah, so that's what we'll be doing. Basically 18 hours. I would say 18 to 20 hours because of the split up. There, but the plan is I'm going 8:30 to 10:30. Tom is going 12 to 4, and then I'm coming back about 4:30 to question mark. Maybe 12 hours, maybe less. But I'm definitely trying to hit I'm trying to hit at least the 14-hour mark. I may try to get 18. We'll go till sunrise or something. We'll see how I'm feeling. I am not taking off Monday, so I don't have that thing in my back pocket, but I can just go to sleep. But we'll see how it goes. See if we get some things running and go as long as I can physically go. So yeah, that's all that for that. And then every Saturday in November, I will be doing an extra special stream on top of the Trails in the Sky second chapter stream. So you will get plenty of time to interact with me and donate. I may do special wheel stuff for those days or something. I'll figure something out. I understand. I only do it once a year anymore. We used to do a full 24. I don't think I can do that. But with the split up and some energy drinks, I might be able to get to 20. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yeah. One of the things we're definitely doing, we're trying to get a Jackbox night with everybody in the community. All 7 of us, I think it'll be. Because the new party pack is fucking amazing. If you haven't tried it yet, I've watched multiple streams of it, and it's got me laughing every time. 10 was terrible, and any of the other new packs that came out recently have not been good. 11 is amazing, and back to what they've been doing. So, looking forward to exposing that to everyone. Yeah, and then New Year's Eve, December 31st, is my send-off to the Extra Life every year. We do starting 8 o'clock, 7, 8 o'clock, something like that. We do all the way through to midnight to celebrate the new year, ring it in. We usually have a theme or something we're doing. I like to have some fun with it. But yeah, Extra Life is just a bunch of just having fun playing stuff we wouldn't normally play on stream. For me, during the big stream, I'm going to have a wheel of the of hot sauces. There's this one brand that makes these dollar hot sauces like this big, in a bunch of different flavors. I'm going to get all those flavors, and I'm going to get a bunch of chicken nuggets. I already got the giant bag of chicken nuggets in my freezer. Um, and I'm gonna, if you donate a certain amount of money, I'm say like $5 or something. I haven't come out. It's probably gonna be like $5. I will spin the wheel, and whatever it lands on, I gotta cover the entire chicken nugget with that flavor, and then eat the chicken nugget. That'll do for you guys. Now it won't be every $5 increments. If you donate 50, I'm not doing it 10 times. So donate, hold your donates wisely for that stuff. There'll be other donation incentives and stuff if you don't want to just keep peppering me with $5 donations to eat hot sauce. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out those, but we will have that all figured out probably by the end of the week. So I'll probably be able to talk about it on Thursday. So yeah. So on to what I've been playing. What's the time? Got it. Whatever helps the children. It's for the kids. For the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. And so, what I'm playing, let's start off with what I streamed. So I played a little bit more Trails. We finished chapter 3, maybe chapter 4. I forget which one it was. We found an old friend of Shira. And she even wears less clothing than Shira. So I don't know what that circus was doing, but that occurred. The storyline was pretty good. It's starting to get momentum. I'm feeling it. We're probably 2/3 of the way through, I would say, just by the way they're talking. We saw a Durgan at the end. That was pretty cool. But yeah, that game is still great. Just the stories itself. There's this whole dream sequence that was really, really good. Combat's still great. You know, sometimes I've been away from it for so long that sometimes I just gotta, wrap my head around certain concepts. We did this one boss battle where I didn't read enough and was healing the boss because there were 2 bosses. And one you could only hit with magic, and one you could only hit with physical. I didn't read that, and I was just hitting them both with magic. So I kept healing the one guy and hurting the other guy and wondering why there was such a health disparity. And because of that, I ended up dying because, wasn't doing it right. And I also didn't have the right team for that kind of battle. So, yeah. Yeah, it would have worked out so much better if I had the 2 physical guys with the 2 magic people instead of 3 magic, 1 physical. So Agate just ran around hitting the one that could only be hit with physical. Yeah, so that was fun. I said, I'm still enjoying it. I'm looking forward to doing 3rd chapter at some point. But we have something in the hopper, which was Night Duck. Let me borrow one of his games for the Switch that we're going to play after this. So maybe we'll do 3rd chapter after that. Who knows? I might want to get Tactics or something maybe that I haven't played before and do something. But I am not rushing my time with Trails. So having a really good time with that. Hey, how you doing, Night Duck? Yeah, so that was Trails. Still a great game. Glad I found these, just like Wild Arms. Yeah, and outside of that, I played some more Hades 2. I'm doing all the post-credit content, which is leading to the true ending. So I've started beating, both locations multiple times, handing out gifts, updating weapons, basically trying to max out my Arcana cards, just doing that kind of stuff. I might play a little bit of it when I get done here, as I'm waiting for stuff to download and things, but it's usually a good 25 to 40 minutes per run now because I'm pretty good at getting all the way to the bosses. The only time I get slowed down a bit is if I get I'm just doing I'm going to do a run of whatever, a scroll. Not really matching it up. Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing the same thing with my backlog for a bunch of things. Yeah, so, yeah, just doing that. Haven't played anything. I haven't really picked up Ballcross Pit since last time we talked. Fun game, but, I'm already, Hades 2 runs into my time when I'm not playing, stream games, and, now I'm going to be playing Outer Worlds 2. and all that. So, yeah, we'll be searching that out. Trying to think what else. Um, yeah, haven't really played sports either. I think and we didn't do Mega Man this week because of internet issues. So I think that's really all I've been playing. Like I said, it's going to start picking up. Going to have Outer Worlds 2. Going to have Dispatch to talk about. Possibly, if I'm finishing Trails soon, we'll have a new RPG to talk about. I'm going to be picking up. Obviously, I'm going to be trying out the multiplayer for Call of Duty. And then, we have a bunch of other smaller games coming out. Sonic Cross Worlds, I'm finally going to get. And, we're going to be picking up. This section will be picking up a lot more as we go forward there. Hopefully, you guys have been playing a lot of games. It has been a really, really good year for video games. My top 2 are solidified. Number 3 is actually probably pretty locked into. I don't know if anything is going to jump it. It would have to be really good. But 4 and 5 for top 5 are all up in the air. Dispatch has a chance to jump in there if it's really good. Ballcross Pit probably lost a little momentum to be there. Outer Worlds 2 has a shot. It's a lot of jumbling once you get to 4. 4 through 10, I haven't really set my mind up for it. So without further ado, let's move on to the news. So first story, which has been all of our suspicions all along. Next-gen Xbox will reportedly play PlayStation games like God of War and Spider-Man because it's a console. PC hybrid that runs Steam. A new report has revealed details on Microsoft's next-gen console, which is allegedly a console PC hybrid that will play PlayStation games released on PC via Steam. That means the likes of Sony Santa Monica's God of War, Insomniac's Spider-Man, and Sucker Punch's Ghost of Tsushima, and pretty much all other PC games will be playable on the next-generation Xbox in an industry first. Windows Central said that while users of next-gen Xbox can remain inside the Xbox ecosystem if they want, they can exit to Windows. Oh, that sounds like a great idea. Where the console acts like a traditional Windows PC, God help us. That means having access to PlayStation games on Steam and mouse and keyboard games from Blizzard's launcher, Battle.net, and Riot's launcher for League of Legends and stuff. That's a great idea going back, before we get back in the news story. Play visual novels on work trips. I would that is a very, very good idea. So this whole story, I only pulled it because it really turns into, and my thoughts, I'm just going to read Night Duck's comment for the audio listeners. They've been hard at work fucking up Windows 11 to drive normal people to Linux, just in time to make this a terrible idea. Oh, man. Oh, that sucks. I just noticed Goat talking about his Diablo 4 Season 10 broke his build. Oh, that sucks for games like that. Hopefully you figure something out. It's just the worst, that. But yeah, essentially what Night Duck is saying is Windows 11 has been shit, and I've been trying to avoid the best I can going from 10 to 11. Like I said, I held out for 10 until all the bugs were fixed, and then, well, there's still a lot of bugs in 10, but I am not jumping to 11 anytime soon. So I am so excited that the next-gen Xbox is going to be a Windows 11 machine. Awesome. That seems like a great idea, Microsoft. But they should just become a software company at this point. Like, just pull the Band-Aid off, for Christ's sake. So next story. Nintendo announces Animal Crossing New Horizons Switch 2 Edition and a free update to the base game. Nintendo has brought Animal Crossing New Horizons back into the big time with a Switch 2 Edition and a free update to the base game. Both launched January 15th, 2026, with pre-orders coming soon. The Switch 2 Edition features new features. The editor in me sometimes just wants to scream. The Switch 2 Edition features new features like higher resolution visuals with the frame rate capped at 30 FPS, mouse controls, and an in-game microphone that uses the system's built-in microphone, online play for up to 12 players, and camera play. I don't know if anybody in chat has played Animal Crossing. When you're doing multiplayer, do you still have to wait and go through the animations of the planes landing? Because I can imagine the horror of waiting for 12 planes to land in there. The free update for the base game, meanwhile, features a new resort hotel run by Cappen's family, new themed items and characters, exclusives like Slumber Island for Nintendo Switch Online members, and more. The content for this update can be played in both versions of the game from January 15th. Nintendo Switch 2 players can buy digital or physical versions of the Nintendo Switch Edition Animal Crossing game at $64.99. And if they have the Nintendo Switch game, a paid upgrade pack will be available. Oh, that's nice. For $4.99. Pre-orders for the paid upgrade pack are starting today on the My Nintendo store. So just a breakdown. It's going to have improved resolution. You locate residents by calling their names in the megaphone. Joint session. So the only thing I see that could be terrible with this is, if I remember correctly, and I didn't play it, but I watched a lot of people play it during the pandemic because there wasn't a lot of streamers were just streaming this. When someone comes to visit your island, you have to watch them land. And I can't imagine needing to sit there through 12 people landing if you have 12 people coming to your island at the same time. That is a nightmare. But maybe the Animal Crossing people like it. Moving on. Hideo Kojima is as surprised as we are that Konami reportedly turned down a Matrix video game. There could have been a way to make it work, Kojima said. Now, for those who don't know, there was a report earlier. The Wachowski sisters said that they had approached Konami about Kojima doing the Matrix video games before they did Enter the Matrix and Path of Neo. This is Kojima's response to that story. Metal Gear Solid and Death Stranding developer Hideo Kojima, in case you didn't know, says he was surprised to read that the creators of the Matrix wanted him to develop a game based on the franchise, insisting, "No one ever told me such a conversation had taken place." Yesterday, IGN reported that the Wachowski sisters, the writers and directors behind the Matrix movies, once asked Metal Gear creator Hideo Kojima to design a Matrix video game, but publisher Konami reportedly turned it down. The Wachowskis were big fans of Kojima, Konami Digital Entertainment VP of Licensing Christopher Bergstresser said. So, Kazumi Kitao, Kojima Akisato, who still works with Kojima, and I were at Konami headquarters, and we got a call from the Wachowskis, who wanted to come in and meet with Kojima, so they did. The two of them came in with their concept artist, and effectively said to Kojima, "We really want you to do the Matrix game. Can you do that?" Aki translated this into Japanese. And looked at them and plainly, no. We did still get to enjoy the Matrix Japanese premiere and after party, though. However, in a message posted to social media in English, Kojima said that he and the Wachowskis were mutual fans and exchanged emails. He didn't know they were hoping he'd take on a game adaptation of the movie, and there could have been a way to make it work despite his commitment to Metal Gear Solid 2. So a fun what-if story. Somebody had mentioned, what if he made a great Matrix game? Like, what does that mean for Metal Gear? Does Death Stranding ever come out? Is there a split with Konami? It's a sliding doors story here. Just a fun story. And in his tweet, he showed that he got the Wachowskis to sign his copy of Bound. So, nice there. Next up, Final Fantasy VII Remake director doubles down on yellow paint. There's definitely a need for that kind of thing. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth director Hamaguchi is once again championing the infamous yellow paint to guide players, saying there's definitely a need for it. Using yellow paint on ledges and walls to indicate a traversal area in a video game has been a hot topic among players ever since its rise to popularity in the likes of Uncharted on PlayStation 3. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth used this tactic, with players sharing their thoughts on it and leaving Hamaguchi himself surprised about the debate it stirred at the time. In a new interview with Games Radar, Hamaguchi said he understands there are some people who don't want or need the yellow paint, but insisted that it was necessary. I get that there's a debate about it, whether that fits with the world or not, whether some people want it, some people don't. I think as a game, there's definitely a need for that kind of thing in a lot of ways. I think, obviously, different developers experiment, try different things about what works best, what fits best, the right way of doing that in their game. The need to guide players around from a gameplay perspective and show them what can be done, what they need to do. There's definitely times where that is needed. He added, so I think obviously there is more debate about how it's done, what level, and what works. And there'll still be people who say, no, that doesn't fit at all, we don't like that. That's fine, but I think there's definitely a need there, and it's something that is definitely worth looking at. Now, I agree with Hamaguchi here. I honestly agree mostly with what I think Hamaguchi's saying here. I think you need this in some way. And this just comes from somebody that watches, streamers play some games, and it's just, they just miss, clear and obvious, places to go or things to climb. I don't think it needs to be this obvious, like the yellow paint. I would always go for, some kind of flag or a piece of cloth flapping in the wind. That's like an eye-catching color, like a red, a green, a yellow, just something. You don't need to do the paint thing. Just something. Just something to catch their eye, so that people know the right direction to go in. Sometimes you can get over the top with it, and that I don't agree with. But the... Did I make it that obvious? But yeah, that if you find a way to make it that it fits, at least with Expedition 33, sometimes it's, they make it a lot more obvious, just through gameplay, than most games. But yeah, there's a scale on this, and I think you need to have a little bit on there, because there will be people that'll get frustrated, and I just watched a streamer play through Alan Wake, and Alan Wake 2, and she literally circled the thing because when she came out of an entrance, it was out of a tree, and then the next entrance was through a tree. But what they did is when you came out of the first tree, it closes it off. So all she saw was, the other tree open, and thought that's where she came in from. So I don't know. You need something to solve that. No, this is a different tree issue there. And have a good night, Night Duck. So yeah, that's essentially why I pulled this. I think some of it needs to be on there, but not as bad as Hamaguchi made it in Rebirth. Next up, Silent Hill 2 Remake on Xbox pops up on the ESRB website. We have good news for patient Silent Hill fans who have been waiting for a chance to play Silent Hill 2 Remake on Xbox consoles. A new ratings listing has popped up on the Entertainment Software Ratings Board, or the ESRB. While the ESRB has already had the horror game listed, of course, it previously only provided a rating for the game on PlayStation 5, PC, giving it a 17+ rating on account of its blood, gore, sexual themes, strong language, and violence. And now a similar rating has been added to the site specifically for the Xbox Series platform. It's unlikely to be a surprise to most. We already knew that the remake of the horror game was a year-long console exclusive for PS5, and that expired last month. But it's good news nonetheless, given Konami itself had been a little coy about what we may see in the port release on Xbox consoles, and silent completely on the highly anticipated Born from a Wish DLC. So yeah, so if you're a Silent Hill fan and you only have Xbox, it's coming for you. I like that that's one of my things I love about the gaming industry, is that they need to do separate listings per console it's going to. I wonder if that used to be a thing back in the day, that different consoles had different ratings, but at this point, I think PlayStation and Xbox are about the same. It's not like Nintendo and Sega back in the day, which led to different, like Mortal Kombat's being done. Yeah, so next up, and I put this here just because I had completely forgotten this game came out, so this makes sense. Remedy CEO steps down following FBC Firebreak sales flop. Our first multiplayer product launch was technically successful. Remedy's entertainment CEO has resigned, leaving the new CEO of the developer of Control and Alan Wake to reinsure investors after weak sales of FBC Firebreak left the company significantly lowering its revenue expectations for the year and writing off the game's development costs. Its quarterly earnings report issued today, which was October 29th, Remedy revealed that it recognized a 14.9 million euros impairment charge, representing most of the development costs, as well as purchase, publishing, and distribution rights for FBC Firebreak. So essentially, this game wasn't as good as they anticipated. Comments from them. We have found positive sides from FBC Firebreak. Our first multiplayer launch was technically successful in a cross-platform environment, and our publishing team has built capabilities which support the releases of our future self-published titles. So IGN gave it a 6 out of 10. FBC Firebreak came and went. As somebody that loves Remedy stuff, I didn't even think to touch it at all. Probably because I don't have many people to play multiplayer with, but like, that doesn't stop me from at least trying stuff, and I had no interest in this at all. Hopefully this doesn't mean anything down the line for Alan Wake 3 or Control 2 or anything like that. Alright, moving on. Next up, Nintendo wins lawsuit against pirate who boasted, "You might run a corporation, but I run the streets." Jesse, Every Game Guru Keenan, I would say, has been ordered to pay $17,500 in damages. Nintendo won a lawsuit against a streamer who pirates games and live streamed them ahead of the release dates. The pirate infamously wrote to Nintendo boasting that he had 1,000 burner channels to stream from and threatened to continue to use them, saying he could do this all day. "You might run a corporation, but I run the streets," he wrote on social media at the time. He has now been ordered to pay $17,500 in damages. Last November, we learned Nintendo had sued a gamer for streaming pirated Nintendo games, such as The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, before their official release date. Nintendo filed a lawsuit in a Colorado court against Kian, accusing him of not only streaming 10 Nintendo games before they came out, but telling his viewers how to obtain them. The list includes Echoes of Wisdom, Super Mario Jamboree, and Mario and Luigi Brothership. Dude, get some better games. I mean, Echoes of Wisdom is fine, but... Alright. According to the lawsuit, Kian obtained and streamed and leaked games at least 50 times since 2022, and provided links to Yuzu and Ryujinx emulators for viewers. Nintendo alleged these actions amounted to trafficking in illegal circumvention devices, and insisted they caused millions of dollars worth of damage through lost video game sales. According to Torrent Freak, however, the court did not agree to issue an injunction against anonymous third parties or the destruction of the devices Kian uses to circumvent Nintendo's piracy system, saying the demand was unclear and unreasonable without knowing who those third parties were or what the circumvention devices specifically are. An injunction against Kian was granted, though preventing him from infringing Nintendo's copyright works, including by streaming and from trafficking in Switch emulators, Nintendo's proprietary cryptographic keys, or other software or technologies that circumvent Nintendo's technological protective measures. Kian reportedly did not prepare a defense nor any objections, and the judgment is now final. So, little fun thing. Nintendo always wins. Fuck around and find out. Yeah. Essentially, don't mess with Nintendo's lawyers. I would have more sympathy for him if he didn't brag about it on the internet. That whole statement, you run a corporation, I run the streets, made me lose instant empathy for this guy. But, yeah. Lesson be learned. Don't fuck with Nintendo's lawyers. They will come for you. They're lucky. He's lucky they didn't get the $1 million settlement. Yeah. Moving on. The Sims creators quit EA partnerships amid buyout concerns. Content creators specializing in The Sims 4 content are leaving EA's creator network in protest after EA confirmed it is to be acquired by an investor group composed of Saudi Arabia's public investment fund, Silver Lake, and Jared Kushner's affinity partners. The transaction, announced at the end of last month and valued at approximately $55 billion, is the largest all-cash sponsored take-private investment in history. Being part of a community that has always strived to be welcoming and inclusive, some of The Sims creators now fear the documented conservative values of EA's buyers, which include Donald Trump's son-in-law and Saudi Arabia's Prince Mohammed bin Salman bin. God, this is Abdulaziz Al Saud. Will impact. I am sorry for anybody with Arab names or how badly I pronounced all those. Not sorry to the prince. He's an asshole. Sorry for anybody out there listening. Will impact the game's development with insisting the values represented by the people acquiring EA are fundamentally at odds with that of the Sims community. Streamer Kayla Little Sims, who has over 2 million subscribers and has worked with EA in the past to develop DLC, said the news of the sale devastated her and that the situation is a nightmare for our community. Trying to see if there's anything. EA issued a statement on the matter via the official The Sims social media accounts. In it, the company insists, "We deeply respect that everyone experiences The Sims in their own way and will make choices that are right for them. However, you choose to play, create, or share, we are grateful to be part of your journey. Our mission, values, and commitment remain the same. The Sims will always be a space where you can express your authentic self." Yeah, so we'll see about. I just want to put in the thing from. Do you think you should leave? You sure about that? Sure about that? Yeah, it's going to be. This will take a year or two, but it's going to be insane to see what these new owners of EA do. I don't think it's going to affect the sports stuff at all, but all the other EA properties it's going to affect greatly. So, but we won't know the impact for a while here. Next up, so these next two stories, one is our end thing where Sony confirmed things on PlayStation Plus. This was just funny. Indie game gets the best accidental marketing in Japan after title mistranslated to Shitty Dungeon. With all the indie titles being released on Steam every week, it can be hard to make your game stand out. Italian developer Fix-A-Bug accidentally gave its 2D crawler a big pre-launch popular boost in Japan by accidentally naming the game Shitty Dungeon in Japanese. Although the game's English title, The Crazy Hyper Dungeon Chronicles, its Japanese language Steam store page ended up displaying the title, I guess that's Kuchu Dungeon. Again, I apologize to Japanese listeners out there. I do not speak Japanese. This means shitty dungeon or crap dungeon if you want to be more polite. In a recent interview with GameSpark, spotted by Automation, developer Paolo Nicoletti explained that the shitty dungeon incident occurred back in August last year when the team was releasing a demo of the game. It and had yet to get a professional Japanese translation. When they realized their mistake, Nicoletti said everyone was cracking up, and honestly, I also laughed a lot about it. It was completely unintentional. However, the mishap did not flush the roguelite's dungeon crawler down the toilet. Rather, it ended up bringing the game a lot of attention, and the number of wish lists soared. Nicoletti said the name change was the best accidental marketing the developer could have had. So, nice fun thing, like, going back to the translations of the 90s and stuff where things didn't really cross over. It's usually the other way around, but this is pretty funny, going from English or Italian, whatever they had it in, to Japanese. But the idea of a game called The Shitty Dungeon is one of the best stories I've heard this week. So, the Crazy Hyper Dungeon Chronicles, or The Shitty Dungeon, or the whatever it was, should be a game you might want to wishlist. So, and finally, before I lose my voice, Sony confirms PlayStation Plus monthly games for November 2025. Sony has confirmed the PlayStation Plus monthly games for November 2025, confirming a prior leak by IGN. Deal Labs' ever-reliable Bilby Kuhn had reported that Stray would be the main title for the PlayStation Plus Essential Selection. That's the cheapest one. For November 2025, and would be available November 4th, 2025 on PS5 and PS4 for Essential, Extra, and Premium subscribers. It has proved. In a post on PlayStation Blog, Sony confirmed that EA Sports WRC 24 and Totally Accurate Battle Simulator as the 3 games for November. All 3 are available to PlayStation Plus members from Tuesday, November 4th through Monday, December 1st. So if you haven't played Stray yet, which I didn't play all the way through it, normally here's the thing with these free games. I've noticed with PlayStation, with the Essentials, I was just getting that, there always tends to be one game that stands out. Like, all 3 of these games I have interest in. I played a little bit of Stray, I didn't play all the way through. You're looking into WRC, I may check it out. And Total Accurate Battle Simulator is pretty fun when I played it on PC. So, not awful games, but also not worth the price you're paying for it. This is on, if you do the higher tiers, it might be more worth the stuff, but for the lower tier, you're essentially just paying to play online at this point, because they don't give you much. So if you have PlayStation Plus Essentials only, you get 3 new games. Stray is pretty good. They famously either modeled it after, or maybe motion like thing, the cat pushing things off the edge of a table. You can see it in the one screenshot there. But I would suggest Stray was good from when I played of it. Very sad beginning, but it was good from what I played. All right, so that will do it for the news hour. I got some editing to do, and a wheel to make this week. So once again, we're doing Extra Life Saturday, November 8th, starting at 8:30 a.m. That's our big stream. We'll probably go anywhere from 14 to 20 hours. 14 is pretty much guaranteed. We're going to do 8:30 to 10. Then 12 to 4, and then 4:30 to at least 2 in the morning. If I can go longer, I'll go longer. But, I'll play that. I might even put in some sports games, just to kind of try to play it out and just have some fun with it. I've already bought what I need. I got an entire bag of frozen chicken nuggets that I'm going to air fry and have like 40 nuggets on call. I might put on the wheel or a donation goal for one of the Saturdays after to maybe do the 100 nugget challenge from McDonald's. We'll see. And I got a couple other goals that I may do as well there. So so that's Saturday, November 8th, and then we're doing every Saturday till the end of the year. One day we're probably going to try and do Jackbox because Jackbox 11 is fucking great, and I want to show off to everyone in the audience and to my friends. So yeah, just keep an eye out for that. We'll be announcing it on different streams here if you're on Twitch. And I will update you every Monday with what the next Saturday is going to entail, because I should be able to know at least a week in advance. So, be on the lookout for that. We'll be back tonight with Mega Man 3. Fingers crossed. You know, just I had internet problems last Monday. I don't know if it's a Monday thing, but we'll see. I really want to finish that game. We're literally at the end. So I can get on the Mega Man 4. But yeah, so be sure to join us then. And then on Thursday, we will have Final Fantasy VI. No Friday stream, even though there wasn't one this Friday, but that was because of Halloween. This Friday, no stream. I'm going to be preparing for Extra Life. Literally doing any last minute wheel stuff, any last minute shopping, whole bunch of stuff. Yeah. So be on the lookout for that. Yeah, I think that'll do it. So thank you all for joining us, and be sure to check us out on stream all week, and be sure to donate. tinyurl.com/GVP, as in Game Vault Pod, Extra Life, the number 10. And you can donate there, and you can see your name pop up there. Yeah, we start off with a humble 750, but we do have stretch goals, which I will be announcing on stream on Saturday. So yeah, so thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Bye.